Good morning, you two. And today is our final day of writing our poem together. So let's see what we're going to be focusing on today. We're at the last part of our poetry map and we are looking at ourselves as a leader. And today, our main focus is our imagination. Imagination, imagination, imagination. Let's really think about some wild things we would do and some imaginative things that we would do if we were leaders of the world. So let's have a think. First of all, what about if you were able to have whatever creature you wanted as a pet? What creature would you have as a pet? What about a dragon? Now that would be a cool pet. But remember, it's not just going to be a dragon. It could be a dinosaur. What about dinosaurs as a pet? If you really could have anything you want. Remember, we're using our imagination. This isn't real. Sharks as a pet. Instead of a goldfish, why not sharks? Or something from another planet. What about some aliens? Or chimpanzees to keep you entertained? Or what if you could have an elephant? But we're not just going to have a dragon, a dinosaur, a shark or an alien. We need to think about making this into a noun phrase. So we would have a fire-breathing dragon. What about the dinosaurs? Huge dinosaurs, enormous dinosaurs, or no, what about miniature dinosaurs? Think of an adjective or some way of describing what your interesting imaginative creature is. So sharks might be friendly sharks, or funny dancing aliens, or climbing cheeky chimpanzees, or rideable elephants to take you to school. Choose an unusual creature. Think about what you want that creature to be like. Add the adjective and then choose your next line. I have chosen we would have toast-making dragons as pets. You might have something else. What sort of pet would you have if you were in charge of the world? So we've imagined ourselves having an amazing creature as a pet. But now we're going to think of the fact that anyone can be in charge of the world. And a person who eats something for breakfast. What would you eat if you could have anything that you wanted for breakfast? Would you have donuts for breakfast? Would you eat sweeties for breakfast? What would you have? Chips for breakfast? Pizza for breakfast? So we're going to say, and a person who we could just have eats, or let's think of another word for eats, guzzles. And a person who guzzles sweets or devours, chomps, munches. So where are we going with this? And a person who eats pick-a-mix for breakfast, or a person who guzzles donuts for breakfast, or a person who devours salt and vinegar crisps for breakfast, and a person who chomps on chocolate cake for breakfast, or jam-filled biscuits, or toffee ice cream, or a person who devours toffee apples for breakfast. Our first part of this line is going to be and a person who. And a person who eats, well, you could use one of the more interesting verbs for eats. And a person who devours candy floss for breakfast. That sounds like a very sickly breakfast. What we're going to do now is we're going to continue this line. So and a person who eats candy floss for breakfast, and I'm going to think of something really crazy that the leader could have, and something silly, but out of this world silly. A person who sleeps with their football boots. So a person who guzzles sweets for breakfast and sleeps with their football boots, or a person who devours donuts for breakfast and has a flying bike, or a person who eats pick a mix for breakfast and dances on the moon, or has a cat that talks. Hi! We're going to say that a person that does these things is still going to be in charge of the world. So I have chosen and has their dog driving their car, would still be allowed to be in charge of the world. So would still be allowed to be in charge of the world is how we're going to end our poem. So you need to use that sentence to finish it off. What you're adding today is the creative pet and a person who has something really unhealthy for breakfast and does something out of this world silly and extraordinary would still be allowed to be in charge of the world. That's why we're using our imaginations today. I look forward to seeing some of your ideas and how you finish off these poems. As I said yesterday, they're coming along brilliantly, and I can't wait to share them with you all when we all go back to school on the 8th of March. So enjoy writing the end of your poem. You are going to have opportunity to write your own poems as of tomorrow. So until then, goodbye.